main consideration in selecting research. The help of ensuring that these help the ensuring that your study remaining the manageable and that are you remaining motivation. You can find the numerator research and a problem in any area. Interest in the consideration and the selection of research problem. Consideration in this way, the interest is very necessary. The research is usually time to consuming. Research are usually time consuming, and it entail means follow entails the use of resources. Many unforeseen problem may crop up. So the topic of should be interested to the researchers to sustain and the desirable motivation level. It should be interested to subject. Interest is very important. Then second thing is manageable magnitude. Magnitude, it means the topic should be should manageable. Means according to you manage within that available time and resources, and a broader topic should be broke down into the some things that is more relevant for you the purpose and manageable. It should be specific. It should be specific and clear to the extent possible. The cardinal principle is the choice. A research problem that is not too small to be insufficient, but not to be big in impossible. Okay. Third thing is a concept and measurement. Concept is measurement is very important in the clarity about indicator and management of concept. Who the research you then you have to clear about indicator what you want. Indicators should be clear, and management of concept is also required. The idea of constructions in the important here. Concept should be clear according to the indicator. The level of expertise, what should be level in research? The adequate level of skill to the task in requirement. What should be the adequate? Adequate means able, the competence. Adequate level of skills for the task in required. What should be required? Level of expertise should do that. And relevance. Relevance is very important. Relevance is that thought relevant in your gaining a subject. What you should want to achieve relevant to according this thorough relevance is gaining subjective term. The research should be added and extending to the stock of knowledge and bridge the current knowledge of gap. Relevant should be according to the research should add the existing stock of knowledge. All stock of knowledge should be exist and bridge the current knowledge to past knowledge. Okay, gap between current और past existing knowledge में जो gap है should be bridge होना चाहिए. किसके जरिए? relevance के जरिए. Existing literature review. Existing literature review is a integral part of entire research. Integral part of research. Literature is the integral part of research. It makes a significant contribution to the each and every operational steps. At the large stage, after passing through this stage, the researcher is able to acquiring oneself without available or body of knowledge in the area of interest. The main objectives of the literature review are as follow. It should be broaden the knowledge of the researchers about research problem. It should be broad. What? It should be broad होना चाहिए. Existing literature review should be broad in knowledge. Should be broad on knowledge and researcher about the research problem. Should be broad. And literature review, it brings the better clarity and a focus on the researcher problem, and it also helps to improve the automatically of research. It brings better clarity on focus on research problem, and it also helps to improve the authenticity of researchers. A literature review, it is help to improve research methodology. Literature review, it improve the research methodology. Research methodology, it review research methodology to help research methodology. Research review help the contextualize and finding its mean, how the value addition, how it has been done, how it by the researchers to existing stock of knowledge. Literature review helps the contextual. What do you want to say in this passage? Literature review helps the contextual finding, and it means help the value addition has been done by the researchers to existing stock of knowledge. Researchers should it produce the further review literature cover searching and the existing literature and review. It develop and theoretical and conceptual framework. The main sources of literature review are books and journalists. Main sources are literature books and journals. In both cases, specifically in the journalists, and there can be gap of 2-3 years between in the competition of the research project and replication in the journals. As with the book, the researchers need to prepare the list of journals for the identifying the literature relevance to these researchers. Nowadays, researchers make extensive use of the interesting resources of literature survey and the review, and at the same time, the researcher should be careful about the authenticity of content. Authenticity is very compulsory. Bibliography given at the end of project give a clarity and a complete description of the resources that are under the while preparing of report. When you are preparing report, you should be mentioned in bibliography. Formulation of research objectives. Formulation of research objectives में क्या क्या आता है इसको देख. Formulation of research objectives में आता है it wants to accomplish to through the research work and the working of the objectives should be very precise होना चाहिए और स्पेसिफिक होना चाहिए. स्टिक होता है, प्रिसाइज करते हैं स्टिक को, और एग्जैक्ट होना चाहिए. ऑब्जेक्टिव्स एंड बी रिटन अंडर द टू हेडिंग लाइंस। जो होता है ऑब्जेक्टिव किसमें होना चाहिए, वो 2 लाइन में होना चाहिए। एक मेन ऑब्जेक्टिव्स ऑफ एम होना चाहिए, 2 लाइन में होना चाहिए, मेन ऑब्जेक्टिव्स एंड एम, मेन ऑब्जेक्टिव्स एंड एम, सब ऑब्जेक्टिव्स ऑफ एम, सब ऑब्जेक्टिव्स ऑफ मेन ऑब्जेक्टिव्स। First sub objectives, then main objective. Main objectives is overall statement of study. It also states the man associated a relationship, man associated relationship that want to establish sub objectives. Short objectives established there. After that, sub objectives are specifically aspects of topic. जो aspect किससे होता है, टॉपिक से होता है। aspect होता है किसका, टॉपिक का, that you want to investigate, that sub objectives you want to investigate within the main framework. That should be like that. The objectives should be listed in numerical. Objectives should be in numerical. The working should be clear. Working should be clear and complete the specific. Working should be clear and complete the specific. And each objective should contain only one aspect of study. Each objective should be contain only one aspect of study. Fourth thing is objectives use the actions oriented and words for or every when writing objectives. Objectives use the action oriented and words or verbs when writing objectives. Objectives should start with a word. Objectives should be start with a word. Objective research is start with a word such as to determine and find out and accurate, ascertain, find out, ascertain and measure to the explore. The wording of objectives are determining the type of research. Descriptive. The objective determine like that. Descriptive research, problem, correlation, relation of experimental research. The objectives can be in word, in which type of research it should be. ये कौन सा टाइप का होना चाहिए, ये डिस्क्रिप्टिव रिसर्च है, कोरिलेशन रिसर्च है और एक्सपेरिमेंटल रिसर्च। एंड ऑल द टाइप ऑफ research design should need the adopt the achieve the of, for example, in case of descriptive research, for example, in case of descriptive research में the objective can be state as, कैसे स्टेट में होता है, descriptive type of insensitive होता है, provided by the organizations in the chain graph and their employees in the IT industries. Correlation studies, it may state or the ascertain the impact of the coaching classes student performance. The word में होना चाहिए. The example of main objectives and sub objectives. मैन ऑब्जेक्टिव्स और सब ऑब्जेक्टिव्स का क्या मेन एग्जांपल होना चाहिए, मैन ऑब्जेक्टिव्स होना चाहिए क्या, द मैन ऑब्जेक्टिव्स इज एक्सप्लोर द रिलेशनशिप बिटवीन मॉडर्न टीचिंग एंड स्टूडेंट परफॉर्मेंस, मॉडर्न टीचिंग एंड स्टूडेंट परफॉर्मेंस. सब ऑब्जेक्टिव्स इसमें क्या होगा, सब ऑब्जेक्टिव्स एज फॉलो, टू फाइंड आउट द एक्सटेंट ऑफ रिलेशनशिप बिटवीन यूज ऑफ मॉडर्न टीचिंग एंड techniques and student performance. What should be subordinate क्या होगा, it should be existing correlationship, जो पहले से existing correlationship है student और modern technique में, it should be modern education techniques and student techniques. So what is the relationship between them, इसको find out करना है. The compare use of the modern techniques and teachings, government and private schools. Study the impact of the modern teaching and relevant motivation and student learning. Study of impact, study जो impact है modern teaching का और उसका जो level of motivation है of student का learning का, उसको बताएगा. Concept of variables. Variable क्या होता है, variable means एक term होता है, एक word होता है. Variable is a term. such as technique effectiveness, such as